everyone, and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. This is the month of March, Washington Wine Month. You're getting used to it. We've covered quite a bit of ground as far as Washington wines. It's been fun for me to see all these different wines, all these different varietals. Now we are going to move to unusual white wines, or white wines that you may not have heard of, or you may not expect to come from Washington State. We have a Gruner Veltliner, we have an Albrino, and we have an orange wine. Now that's going to be kind of a kit to try. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. Washington, as we said, is known for producing a lot of different wines very well. So we're going to look at three whites. And this has been, like I said, a little bit of an identity crisis for Washington State. But as I said in the last episode on Syrah, I think that really should be the signature red wine, followed closely behind by Merlot. And the white wine, they used to be known Washington was known for Riesling. In fact, St. Michel still sells a ton of Riesling. But now they make, pretty decent Chardonnay, or good Chardonnay. They make good Sauvignon Blancs. They experiment with Rhone varietals a lot in Washington State, what you would expect. But now we're going to look at three very different wines you would not expect to come from Washington State. This is the W.T. Vintners Underwood Mountain Vineyard Gruner Veltliner 2018. This rolls in at $22. Gruner Veltliner, a lot of people drink it. The screw cap burger Gruner Veltliner 1 liter. Like $13. So here we have a $23 or $22 Gruner Veltliner from Washington State. Many of you I know have tried Gruner from Austria. That's where it's really grown and known to be from. But we have one from Washington State. So let's see how it is. So this is very golden, light golden color for sure. See right through it. There you go. Let's see what we get on the nose. W.T. Vintners. Get a little bit of apple. I get a little bit of like a lacquer thing going on, which is kind of weird. Pear, underlying pear notes. Yeah, but not super aromatic. A little bit challenged. Let's see what we get on the palate. So this is like you bit into a peach, bit into an apple, and you're chewing them together. That's what it reminds me of, with just a hint of lemon, like a drop of lemon. Good acidity, very fresh. It's very dry on the finish. There's an interesting, it almost reminds me of banana, but it's not the sweetness of banana. Just kind of like the flavor of banana. Does that make any sense to you? Without the sweetness. So picture a banana without the sweetness. That's what you get with the peach, with the apple. Touch bitter. There's a little bitter side on this one, which, when you get bitter in a white wine, what does that tell you? It's probably going to be really good with food. So I would say halibut, roasted chicken. I would do seafood with this one. Nice wine. Really is. It's a little expensive for a Gruner. I know you can, but I haven't tried too many Gruner Veltliners from Austria that have the intensity that this one has. Just saying. You know what it is that I'm missing on this? There's a nuttiness to this one, like a filbert or a Brazil nut or something like that. There's just a slight nuttiness coming through on this one as well. But boy, as this bone dry, like I could spit sand out right now. But it's good. Nice balance, well-made wine, nice and seamless across the palate, nice balance of fruit, that nuttiness, the acidity. Yeah, great wine. Very cool, very cool. Kind of excited about that. I like that Gruner Veltliner a lot. Now, I'm here to help you spend your wine dollars wisely, right? I think this is worth the $22. If you want to kind of get a little geeky, you want to be a little hipster, you want to do that little thing and try this, and you have a spare $22, it'd be worth the money. Just saying. I'm going to go B+, A-. Let's move on. The 2018 Adilico Albrino, Yakima Valley, Washington. This rolls in at $15. This was my winery of the year a couple of years ago. This guy is Javier Alfonso, yeah. Great winemaker. He also runs Pummum Cellars, so that was kind of a dual winery of the year, Adilico Pummum. Now, I'm going to ask a question, and I want you to put your answer in the comments. I get quite a few comments. I'd like that. I like comments. I try to respond to all of them because I like that interaction. You know, I like it when you guys get involved and you give me some input and some suggestions, whatever you want to do. But where is Albrino? What country does Albrino come from, where most people are used to it coming from? In other words, you know, you see an Albrino, you think it's from this country. Not from Washington, but from this country. Which country is that? Okay, so this one's borderline more yellow with a little bit of gold. Nice color on this one. Nice crystal clear color. I like it. Let's see what we get on the nose. Almost like somebody took a peach or a mango and just hit it on the grill real quick. You get that little bit of a grilled component through. Mango, papaya, a little peach, a little tangerine. With that kind of, you know, grilled aspect sneaking in there. It's very interesting to me. Just curious what the alcohol content is on this one. You notice I don't really get into alcohol. It doesn't matter to me as long as it doesn't really. 12.5, you know, a lot of you low alcohol dudes will like that. Dudes and women or whatever. A lot of people are looking for low alcohol wines. This is 13.1 on the WT. Alright, so let's see what we get on the palate. Nice intensity. Mango, papaya, tangerine. All wrapped up in one nice neat little package with good fresh acidity underneath into a very, not as dry as the Gruner, but still dry and long finish. Just really dances around on the palate. Has all these different complex flavors. I like it. Very my mouth is watering. It's hard to talk without spitting on the, yeah. Don't mean to be, I'm trying to be gross. You know, that's like, I can feel the saliva in my mouth. Well made, Albrino. I'm going to go, I'm just going to go straight up A- on that one. Straight up. Now, let's move on. So, an Albrino from Washington State that's really, really good. Long finish. I'm still tasting the papaya with a little bit of grill on it. The mango, the peach, the tangerine, all still lingering on my palate. That's pretty amazing. I'm going to go straight up A. Forget the A-. This is an A wine. Very solid Albrino. Now we're doing the two Vintners 2019 orange wine. A blend of 53% Peace Pool, 44% Marsanne, and 3% Grenache Blanc. 70 cases produced from Boucher Vineyards in Yakima Valley. And this is cool. Now, orange wine, I would call it a little bit of a hipster wine. It's starting to gain a little bit of a foothold in the U.S. market. Kind of an old world style wine. What they do is they take all the grapes, these grapes, they mash them together, they mash them up, and then they throw them in a concrete vat or a ceramic vat, and they leave them there. Now they can leave them there a short period of time, maybe 4 days, or they can go as long as they want. Could be over a year. And then they extract the juice off of them. Now, I didn't see the tech sheet on this as to how long they left the skins and the seeds all together on this, you know, in the vats, but we'll find out what it's like. Orange wine doesn't necessarily refer to the color, but sometimes they can get an oxidative flavor to them because they get more exposure to oxygen for a longer period of time. This is a little bit on the orange side, Very clear orange with a little golden hue to it. Am I getting better with that color stuff, guys? I don't know. I think my wife says I'm colorblind sometimes. Maybe she's probably right. Right. Let's see what we get on those. Definitely a fig component. I get a little bit of a... You know how you wiped your furniture down with some sort of a polish? I get a little bit of that. Not a lot, not heavy. I'm getting a little fig. There's definitely a nuttiness to the nose as well. Very interesting, like, you know, not pledge, but something a little bit different than pledge. Because there's not lemon, but you know, you might white your counter down, Old English, something like that maybe. And there's a very strong beam of kind of orange tangerine. Now, let's see what we get on the palate. I'm kind of excited to try this one. Oh, did I give the price? $30. $30, but 70 cases, guys. So this is a total geek out wine. This is like, get your friends together. Let's try an orange wine from Washington State. Nice mouthfeel. Look, almost creamy, guys. Almost creamy. Fig, a little bit of that kind of Brazil, maybe filbert nut, you know, that the whiter nut flavor coming through. I get a little mango, fig, that nutty component. Almost a hint of, just barely, of fresh cut grass on this one. Good intensity. I mean, this is like an intense wine. I could match this easily with roasted chicken, fish. Oh, stinky cheese would be great. Pepper coming through on the backside as well. Very unusual. Probably nothing like any white you've had. It's not a Chardonnay. It's not a Pinot Gris. It's not a Sauvignon Blanc. It's not a Gruner. It's not an Albrino. It's its own thing. It is an individual, baby. And yeah, definitely a hipster wine. And I love it. I think it's well made, very complex, good integration of all the elements. They did a nice job. So you're keeping those skins and seeds together. You get the seed tannins, you know, that sort of thing. Skin tannins, seed tannins, all of that. Gives it that nice complexity. This is a beauty. I know it's $30. It's not chump change. I realize that. Not a small bill. But if you want to just kind of have a little fun with your friends and try something new, and I think if you got three good, you know, get 3 of your buddies together and buy this and share it, and I think you'll just have a blast with this wine because it's just so interesting. I'm going to go A+ on that. Very solid, very well made wine. Great episode. Again, you got 3 very kind of unusual wines from Washington State that are very good. So again, Denny crushes for Washington State, but hey, I'm happy to live here, and I'm glad these guys are doing it because, you know, it gives us a lot of interesting things to talk about, to drink. We love it. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day. I really appreciate your support. Did I give a shout out to Matt and Chase? I meant to. I hope I did. Matt and Chase, thanks for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. New subscribers. Sometimes it doesn't show the name, so I try to shout out if I can. Make the comment about the, don't forget to make a comment about the Albrino. What country is it most known to come from? There you go. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.